Hi, so this is the completion of week one, and my name's John Allard. I'm using the ProLongevity lifestyle change program. I have been working with Graeme Phillips now over the last few days, really to do an assessment. I started off badly because I didn't listen properly, I guess. I started to try and make a lot of lifestyle changes to diet, and actually my wife, who went along with me, said, no, you should actually be living a normal life. And that is exactly what I have been doing. After a couple of days, I switched back to eating chips and drinking lager and enjoying chocolate. But what actually is happening is that I've been fitted with a probe that monitors sugar. It's a NFC probe. So what you do is you tap your mobile phone onto it. I'll just show you the probe. It's all been done in the name of science, and there it is, that little white disc. So it's glued onto you. You can live a normal lifestyle, you can swim, shower, etc. And the NFC, the near field communications, you just simply put it next to it within a centimetre or so, and it gives the last 12 hours of data so that you get a real-time graph of what is actually happening. On top of that, I've got to give a chart of other important information: my weight, my body mass index, my visceral fat. I've also got to do my blood pressure in the mornings and in the evenings on both arms. That's been quite worryingly high, so I know I've got a lot to do to try and get that down. But to actually just know that I'm suffering from sort of hypertension and stuff at certain times under certain conditions really is an important insight. Most importantly, the monitor that I have is showing some really interesting data that kind of blows away what I thought was healthy. So I'll give you a good example. Every morning I have what I think is a healthy breakfast. It's a boiled egg, a couple of slices of that really healthy brown bread with the seeds on it, some butter, no jam, and a tiny tot of orange juice and a cappuccino. So what happens is within about half an hour of that, my sugar level goes way high. It goes up to 9.5 or 10, and really it should be about half of that. So I've no idea why bread like that should be doing that. And you think, well, maybe it's the orange juice. So you cut the orange juice out, same effect. You have some soup and 2 slices of bread, same effect. Other foods not having as dramatic an effect. So I can have basmati rice with a curry, and it's within the target range. So lots of interesting stuff actually happening. Most importantly, I have seen something which could be quite serious, which is that I'm having what are called hypos. Now, hypos, if you're diabetic, can be very serious. It can lead to things like seizures, and you quickly have to get some glucose into people. Every night I have 2 marked hypos, so my blood sugar sinks down to 3 or below, and I've got this chart that shows it's happening, and I now know why at those times at the night I wake up. I just sort of feel a bit odd and ill, and I sort of wake up, and it takes a while for me to go back to sleep. So I now know what's happening during those early hours. So a lot of interesting data. I've got to go through 2 weeks of normality, eating chocolate, drinking lager, and enjoying lots of strange foods, or ordinary foods, I should say. And then I've got what Graeme wants, which is a baseline. And then I can actually start to make a really big dint on all of those things that are leading me in the wrong direction health-wise. So join me in the next part in my second completed week, and hopefully then we'll have a lot of data and a plan of action from Graeme to set me on a different and better course for a longer, fitter, happier life. That's it from me. Bye for now.